Let us please welcome the second speaker on our panel. He is the CEO of TALINOev, Mr. Henry Abreu. Oh, you have your clicker? Okay.
Good morning. Electric vehicles are seen as a solution for global climate change. But to date, they're only affordable for a very few. For true climate change, electric vehicles need to be adapted for the masses. As such, the real need for electric vehicles are where I call megacities of Asia, for use for what we call short-haul transport that are used by millions daily. They're called a lot of names, and we know them. They're jeeps, tricycles, tuk-tuks, auto rickshaws, bajas in different countries. Today, I would like to give a candid and pragmatic view of our experiences in dealing with this. And I'd like to put specific mention about what I call demand-side needs, the needs of the end users. The first lesson that we found is that the market demands better performance. And I'll be very candid. What is out there right now just doesn't cut it. They're slow, they're heavy, they have limited range, and it takes too long to charge. And if you look at the root cause of the problem, it's the battery. Most of the electric vehicles, or EVs for short, that are out there use first-generation batteries, what we call lead-acid. There is a need to adapt these technologies to newer battery technologies to be called lithium-ion. But it's easier said than done. Lithium-ion batteries require a different set of technological know-how that may not be present in the electric vehicle manufacturers here in the Philippines. The next problem or lesson that we found out is the market needs more affordable electric vehicles. For example, the alternative electric tricycles that are being sold out there are about 3 to 4 times more expensive than their gasoline-powered counterparts. It is very hard to rationalize a 3 or 4-fold increase in price, especially for the one who's paying for it, the end user. And if you look at what is causing this, again, you guessed it, it's the batteries. Okay. The batteries can cost around as much or even more than the electric vehicle itself. So how do you solve this problem? And again, you solve this problem by taking a different look at the battery. Just as your gasoline is fuel for your car, or electricity is fuel for your aircon or refrigerator, stored energy on your battery is really fuel for your electric vehicle. And as such, you actually pay for your gasoline and your electricity on a usage or consumption-based basis. So much so, we should also be paying for that battery energy on a usage-based basis. The paradigm shift really is that from an end user point of view, you should not consider it as an asset. It is a consumable. This has actually happened in the solar business when innovative companies like Solar City went out and said, you don't have to buy your solar panels, we'll install it for you, and you pay us based on usage. We believe that this is what got solar energy going, and we believe this is what is needed for the electric vehicle industry. The only difference and challenge, of course, is that the rooftop is fixed while your vehicle is actually mobile. So what did we do? Well, I'll do some technical stuff. We built the first cloud-connected lithium-ion battery pack, okay, whatever it is. Now, if you look closely, okay, you will see that the integrated into the electronics that makes the lithium-ion battery work is a SIM card. That makes it cloud connected. And what are we able to do because of it? The first thing is we've offered it to the EV manufacturers in the Philippines. It now allows local EV manufacturers to avail of lithium-ion technology. And to a new technology called Internet of Things, cloud connection and everything, we can now monitor and meter the usage of the batteries. And therefore, we can allow payment based on usage, a term we call load and go. It's a marketing term. Now, once we've done load and go, what were we able to achieve? In conjunction with local EV manufacturers, we were able to achieve what we call purchase price parity. Whereas before I said that alternative electric vehicles were about 3 to 4 times more expensive, today we're actually able to achieve the same performance or even better performance than the gasoline-powered counterpart with roughly the same price. First time in the world that purchase price parity is achieved. The second one is we are also able to do lower or better operating costs. With the gasoline prices, based on gasoline prices October 2015, it's lowered by then. Typical tricycle driver pays about 200 to 250 pesos a day in terms of fuel. The equivalent fuel cost of electric vehicle is around 150. So we were able to achieve purchase price parity and operating price parity or better. Two necessary ingredients that we think is needed for the mass adaptation of electric vehicles. So after a year or two of beta testing and testing this stuff, what other things did we learn? Well, the industry really needs government support. And in terms of what I call franchise or regulation issues, to date, a lot of those electric vehicles out there are in what we call temporary special permit. So it's very hard to get serious investors to say, our project is on a temporary basis. So the government needs to firm that up. The next one is, as Aten mentioned, financing firms, development banks have to take a different look at the battery. They need to recognize that usage-based payment revenue streams are part of a financing scheme. Therefore, they need to be able to decouple financing of the batteries and financing of the electric vehicles themselves. So I will be the first one to admit that there are a lot of issues. So what keeps us going? In the clean tech world, there is a term called triple bottom line. It's building financially sustainable models that have significant social and environmental impact. We see no better example of triple bottom line than what we're doing right now. But we can't do it alone. We need your help. Thank you.